Hatsune Miku Project DIVA F is a music rhythm-based game starring the insanely popular Miku and her friends. The game was developed by Sega and Krypton Future Media for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita, although North America and Europe territories only received the game on the PS3. I have to be honest, I wasn't too familiar with Hatsune Miku before hearing about Project DIVA F. Actually, let me be perfectly honest, I had no idea who the hell she was until my daughter told me about her. Little did I know that she's kind of a big deal in Japan, and by that I mean millions of people love her like the Southerners love their dollar menu. With that said, when Sega released the demo a few months ago, I didn't know what to expect. So I downloaded it and gave it a go. Come to find out, the demo didn't have a good tutorial, instead relying on a static screen to explain the game's mechanics. So naturally, I approached the retail release with a teensy bit of trepidation and not a lot of enthusiasm. However, I was pleasantly surprised to find the final version did in fact have a tutorial, and after failing to complete a few times, I finally got the hang of the damn game's mechanics. To put it as simply as possible, the basic game is you watching music videos starring Miku and her friends. Once the song begins, a series of silhouetted symbols appear on screen and their corresponding shapes will float through them. Once the two meet, you have to press the corresponding button and will be rewarded with a cool, good, safe, bad, or awful score. These are important because getting cool or good scores creates a combo, and any of the other three will break it. Within the framework of the song, there will also be a technical and chance time section where you can really rack up points if you do well. At the end of the song, you'll be rewarded with points based on how many cool or good scores you received, and you'll need to score more than 80 to clear the song. Holy crap! If American schools held students to that standard, I think I'd probably still be in the 6th grade. At first, the game lulls you in a false sense of security by being relatively easy, as all you need to do is press the X or circle button, or even flick the analog stick when a star symbol appears on screen. However, the game will quickly throw more ingredients in this demonic Vocaloid recipe from hell. Yeah, there's arrows that will randomly show up in between songs. When this happens, you have to press the direction the arrow is pointing to with the D-pad and the face buttons. You'll also have to hold down a button as the singer hits a high note. When the game wants to, it'll throw all this at you at one time. You'll be frenetically mashing the buttons until your hands cramp so hard it'll withers into a giant ball of meat. But you know what? You'd be remiss while playing the game if you didn't take some time out and enjoy the merits of some of the music videos on their own. Each has a very distinct theme and flavor, and I particularly enjoyed Ashes to Ashes, as it showcased a gothic-style castle that looks like it's ripped straight out of a Castlevania game. If there's one complaint that I have about the game, is there's often so many colors and other shit going on in the background that it makes it hard to see and keep up with the shapes on screen. There were several times where I'd stare blankly at my TV just trying to find where the symbols were, only to realize some neon green or bright yellow background colors were camouflaging them. Oh yeah, there's also no English subtitles, so you'll have no earthly idea what Miku and the gang are singing about. I mean, they could be singing about the benefits of neo-Nazism and you have no idea. You just hear Miku's cute vocals and assume she's singing about how she loves being outside walking her dog to the neighborhood ice cream store while she meets her friends. Aside from the main game, there's a bunch of other stuff to do, like going to the Diva Room, where you can change your favorite performer's attire, or decorate Miku's apartment with furniture that you can unlock through the course of the main game. Or you can just watch her sleep. Wait, what? Oh, that's not creepy in the slightest. Once you tire from being a weirdo, you can use an edit feature to create your own videos and rhythm game routines and then upload them for other people to play. There's even a studio option to watch Miku perform in concert. I can only hope this is the closest I'll ever get to watching her perform in real life. While I can say I'm not the target audience for Project DIVA F, I mean hell, there's nothing that makes me happy than sitting on my back porch with a glass of whiskey in hand and listening to some CCR. I do have to admit the core gameplay is surprisingly challenging and addicting. I find myself playing well past my bedtime, getting strange looks from my wife as she'd come home from work to find her 32-year-old husband sitting a few feet from the TV, eyes fixated on what looks like a pubescent girl and her friends prancing around on stage singing about God knows what. And you know what? I'm actually man enough to admit that there are a few songs that are pretty damn catchy. I think Project DIVA F is certainly a niche title, but for fans of Miku and the music rhythm genre, you'll be hard-pressed to find a better game out there. Plus, it has tons of extras to keep you entertained even after you complete all the songs the game has to offer. I award Hatsune Miku Project DIVA F 4 out of 5 Sonic Rings of Goodness for being a quality rhythm-based game, even if it had me feeling like a bit of a weirdo. Oh yeah, and for having the cutest Sega title screen ever.